I know you are in a hard situation right now. You probably heard about self improvement, but you keep doing all those habits. But they don't feel good any longer because you know they are not good for you, but you keep doing it quite since a long time. And I had this problem right a couple of months ago. I felt like real shit after doing every kind of bad habit, eating junk food, vaping, watching porn, or whatever. After every of those habits, I felt like shit. And you probably do as well. And I will take you and I will explain you how to change bad habits and how I did. I really kept doing all those things again and again till I did two things. First of all, I read a book. I think his name was James Clear. The book is named Atomic Habits. Um, it really shows you how your brain works and how habits are built. And I will explain it to you in that video. And it's a little bit of a summary of his book, but not 100%, but a big part of it. I would really recommend you to get on a dopamine detox. It's quite hard at the start, but it really, really helped me. The book was the one thing that get me aware that those habits are bad for me and I should change them. But what really helped was a dopamine detox. Like you completely avoid instant gratification like porn, vaping, junk food, TikTok, social media in general. You really, really avoid instant pleasure. It's like you going on monk mode and disappear for a couple of months and then you improve yourself really, really big. I will not speak about the dopamine detox in general because it's quite a big topic. I will explain it in another video. But let's start. How to change your starting point. Like, if you see yourself as a non productive loser that didn't do anything while he's at home, you probably will be that because you're saying yourself this thing all the time. But what if you change the whole starting point? Because if you yourself saying you that you're, for example, fat, that you are not productive, that you're skinny or whatever, it feel like you swimming against the stream. You can do it quite a while, but after a while you get tired and you stop and you're back at the start. But what if you swim with the stream? Like, what if you would see yourself already as the 100% productive giga chat like guy that fulfill his goals with pleasure, that don't really think about anything not productive like junk food or vaping. He goes at home and he's really excited to do the things that are productive to him. He loves the work that he's doing. What if yourself saying that you are already that guy, even if it's bullshit? Say yourself that you are this gigajet like guy, and it will feels a lot of easier to accomplish these habits that you and your goals that you set for yourself. Your thoughts are the most powerful thing that you have. Use it. And probably you heard it a lot from grandparents or something. Um, but your thoughts are really, really the most strongest thing you have because all begins with your thoughts. Every action you take, everything you have in control starts by your thoughts. So also use habit stacking. Like to set the right habit, probably properly, you should set your habits in this way. You can write down on a paper or something. After I get at home after work, like at 6 p.m., I will grab a cup of tea, and at 5 p.m., I will start reading at my desk for 30 minutes. After I read 30 minutes, I go to the kitchen and I'll rest for 5 minutes, like go on social media or do whatever you want. And at 6:40, after the break, you start cooking a healthy dish for yourself or for your family or whatever. If you set your goals like this, it really becomes much easier to accomplish it, because if you set when you do it, where you do it, and you can even like do the date, like on Monday or on Tuesday or whatever. It really helped me a lot, because a lot of guys, like 3 a.m. in the morning, awake in bed, they have the motivational up, and they're thinking like, tomorrow I will conquer the world, I will do this, and I will do this, and I'll go to the gym, and I will spend the rest of my life doing this shit. And at the next day, he did nothing. Like, I think most of us knows this moment. You can change your life uh, after a night, like I said earlier. You should really think about the process, not every time about the goal. We are thinking quite a lot too much at the goal. Like if you go to the gym, you don't think about doing actually progress at the gym. You want to be the bodybuilder, become the bodybuilder, and you train again and again and again, but you are not already not the bodybuilder, and you are not happy with that, and you are like, fuck yourself up with it. Enjoy the progress and focus on the progress, not on the goal. Set your goals properly, but don't focus on it. Focus on the progress. It makes quite sense, but a lot of people don't really know it or use it or whatever. Most people are also too impatient. They think they can get a bodybuilder in like 2 months, but realistically, it like it takes a lot of time, like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever. Don't be impatient. Do three things: set your right habit, do them for a long term, and three, most important, after doing this habit a long time, be there where you want. Like, you set your habit that you want to go to the gym and eat healthy, that you can become a bodybuilder. Do it for a long time, like 10, 15 years, and you become a bodybuilder. It's that easy, but most of us, they don't really think about this like that. Mostly we think we have to do this and this and this, and after a while there are so many things we want to do that we drop the habits down. Like, we are tired of doing this, because we are always adding more things, and it gets so exhausted that we don't want to do them anymore. So set your habit at the start and do it for a long term, if it's a good habit, obviously. I would recommend, it would really be the best if you do every habit like in every day at the same time. Also at weekends, your brain didn't think in weeks. It helps you because you soon arrive a state that you can do those habits unconscious, like you do it brainless. I don't think in the morning what I have to do now. I stand up and do the things I do in my morning routine. It's not a active thinking, it's just a doing. And we wanna get at this state. A habit is just a behavior repeated enough time to be automatic. Keep that in mind at every time you're doing those habits. It goes for bad habits and for good habits as well. So be aware of it. Also the bad, also the good ones. But how does bad habits even work? First of all, they're always the cue, the trigger, the thing that triggers you to do the bad habit. Then, after the trigger, your thoughts, the craving comes up. And after that, mostly you take action. It's the response. And after the response, the action, comes the reward, the nice feeling you have of doing it. Like it's, for example, you're scrolling on TikTok, and after a while, you see a girl in the bikini, and it quite teases you. And you think about going on Pornhub and fapping because it teases you. The thought comes up, you take action, go to Pornhub, fapping, you end up coming, you have the orgasm, the nice feeling, but mostly we all forget about the fifth thing, the consequence. After the orgasm, we feel busted, tired, exhausted, and energyless. We feel fucking bad. And it's really weird because we don't really think about that before it really happens. So it really is important, as I mentioned in my first video, to get mindful so you can be aware of the feelings of the situation that comes after you took action and did this bad thing. So, in order to stop doing all your bad habits, you have to eliminate these triggers. The things, this TikTok that teases you. Like you have to eliminate all the triggers. As I mentioned earlier, if you end up like fapping all the time, you should really don't change your whole life for the habits and thinking all about fapping. So I won't do it today. I can resist it. It won't bring you like it won't last long. Probably with a good willpower you can do it like 3 times, and after that you will relapse probably. Um, but to change that and to really get rid of all those bad habits, it's always about the triggers. Eliminate all the triggers. If you get teased by some TikToks of young girls in bikinis, delete TikTok. If you have it at Insta Reels as well, delete Insta. It's you really have to take action and eliminate all the triggers that brings you to the bad habits. It is really simple because deleting TikTok isn't really difficult. We don't need that. You really have to keep yourself in mind that you don't need TikTok. You don't need Insta Reels as well. Just delete it, and your life will be so much better without these apps, because like mostly TikTok, this app is really created for you to feel bad when you don't use it. You end up like scrolling half a day like a brainless zombie on your phone, seeking for those dopamine kick. It's really really sad to see, like in a train or in a bus, even the old people, they're all scrolling down and down, and they aren't really aware of the situation that happens. Probably they miss some really beautiful moments. They miss the beautiful nature we have. They miss everything around them because they're di- distracted from TikTok. This app is really a fucked up thing. Probably I will make a video about it. But enough of that. It's also very important that you change the environment you are in. Like, ask yourself, why does so many withdrawal patients relapse after they get released from the rehabilitation facility? They have to face the same triggers again, like before the rehabilitation facility. Stressy mom, the dad who probably don't treat them well or treat you well, the friends that hyping him up and saying, asking him to take some drugs with them and have some fun, failed. He will relapse again because the triggers, they are there before and after. But if you can eliminate the triggers, as I mentioned before, you probably aren't addicted to the thing you are addicted now. So always ask yourself, what triggers me to do this thing? But how to build a bunch of this new habit? As I mentioned before, change your starting point and set your goals the right way. The best would be if you do it every day at the same time, like all the things I mentioned before. But most important comes yet. Make good habits, first of all, obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it Satisfying. To drink more water, put a bottle water on your desk, and when you are working on your desk, you will unconsciously grab the bottle of water and drink it because it's so obvious. It stands right here before. To make it more attractive, imagine your benefits that you have from doing all those habits. Like, if you have problems with going to the gym, just imagine yourself what benefits you have if you keep going consistently to the gym after and after, over and over again, and think in steps to make it easy. If you want to go to the gym, don't end up laying in your bed and thinking about how annoying it would be spending 2 hours training and doing some exercises that really exhaust you. Just think about standing up and open the door and going outside and going to the bus and then enter the gym, like immediately start thinking just about the steps you have to do, not the thing you're gonna do only in steps. It really helped me in many ways to think like that. And to make it more satisfying, if you for example, you want to read more, you can chew gum while you are reading. It's really not, I don't really like this technique because it builds less discipline to do a thing you like besides the thing you don't like, or while the thing you don't like, but it maybe help some people. Keep in mind, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Every behavior is driven by a state of mind. Like, if you fapping, it's because you got horny. You got horny because something triggers you. Eliminate the trigger. You don't get horny, you don't fap. It's that easy. the you It's probably one of the most important thing you have to think about, but it's really really important to think about it that way, to implement it in your life, because you have to get those habits you want to build, or the habits you do, you want to become them a part of your identity. Like, if you are known in the class as the guy that goes to the gym quite often, you probably have a easier way to go to the gym, because everyone's around you think that you are love going to the gym, and that really helps you a lot. Keep in mind, the only thing, the only difference, because an athlete and a fat guy, is their habits. That's the only thing, the only difference between them. Only the habits. So if you are a fat guy, just see yourself as an athlete. Do the things an athlete would do. And after a time you doing this, you are an athlete probably. Less probably. You will become an athlete if you think in that way. I don't really like the advice, as I said earlier, but I will say to you because maybe it can help some guys out there. If you don't like doing a thing like going to the gym, you can combine it with a habit that you really like to do. Like, you can go to the gym and watching Game of Thrones while you are on the stepper. I don't like this advice, but it's up to you. You can do it if you want. And the last thing I want to say, keep in mind, Pokemon Go really wasn't an exercising app, but it did kept a lot people go walking every day over and over again, just because it was so enjoyable, so nice to use it. The most keystone habits that you should implement in your life are daily walk, meditation, and budgeting. And for the end of this video, it really helps you, and that is the thing that helped me the most. You should join a tribe that doing the same habits that you want to do, or the same habits that you do. Like, a tribe that hypes you up, gives you advices, and helps you with the things you want to do. But I can help you. In a few weeks, I will release some kind of tribe that can probably help you. It's a project that I'm working on recently, but it really, I will really release it very soon. So stay tuned. I wish you a nice day.